human origins, we learn foraging by being children and accompanying our parents as hunter-gatherers.
I am a forager. I go out literally every day looking for mushrooms. It is a compulsion. You know, when I started hunting mushrooms, all we wanted to know was, is it edible?
I went out a-walking with my faithful dog, saw a big yellow foliota growing on a log, and I said, fee, fi, foliota, free food, hey, what a deal. Fee, fi, foliota, reckon it'll make a good meal.
We're just scratching the surface of what the potentials are for medical research in the world of mushrooms.
I saw a mushroom growing out of the head of a caterpillar and found that this mushroom had been used in medicine for a long period of time, who knows, 1,000 years maybe, in Tibet and China. And this mushroom seems to hold such potential for the scourges that we face today.
The main areas we're currently investigating with psilocybin are looking at ways to help people jumpstart a spiritual practice in their lives. We're also doing really neat work with looking at anxiety and depression in cancer patients.
And there's all these other wonderful things that mushrooms do, like with the fuel and the dyes and the medicinal properties, and not just edibility. One aspect is finding target-specific fungi for problematic insect pests.
I feel like mycology really does touch on so many different issues that people are addressing, from water rights, food rights, health issues, freedom of consciousness, freedom of control of your life, that whole issue as well, of course. I'm right there with it. And just general protection of the earth and making sure that, you know, our impact is reduced, and also on the home base, stopping point source solutions, so how we can stop pollution on the home front, how we can integrate mycological filtration and digestion systems at home to reduce our chemical output.
We can grow mushrooms that can decontaminate soil in 21 days. You can take the mushroom, we can grow the culture, we put it on the contaminated soil. 21 days later, you can eat it with a spoon.
By adding the spores from mushrooms into the oil that lubricates the chainsaw blade, so that instead of 100 years for this ecosystem to recover, we're looking at a period of 3 to 5 years.
We have an incredible precious medicinal cash crop that brings the money to people in the most remote corners of the Tibetan Plateau.
What you have is a single tree that may have hundreds of species colonizing different root tips. The same mushroom mycelium might be colonizing root tips of an adjacent tree, even of a totally different species.
There are so many things that we have not explored in the kingdom of mushrooms. They really are closer to us than plants. So this is an unexplored world. There are so many amazing things we're learning. I think the future is really bright, and mushrooms are going to help us.